Everybody seems to love pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving, right? You like it? Yeah. You in the back? Yes? Yeah. Seems like everybody likes pumpkin pie. We're not making pumpkin pie, but we are taking the idea of pumpkin pie and we're going to elevate it to the next level. We are making pumpkin spice pot de creme, which literally translates to pot of cream. And how French people stay thin, I have no idea. But anyway, it is a French dessert on an American holiday. I know it sounds fancy, and it is kind of fancy, but it's not hard to make. I will put the recipe down in the description, but basically, here's what you will need. 3/4 of a cup of whole milk, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1/2 cup of canned packed pumpkin, 3/4 of a cup of real maple syrup, vanilla, pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, a pinch of salt, and 7 egg yolks. So let's get started. To begin, we are going to whisk the milk, the cream, the maple syrup, and the pumpkin in a saucepan because this is going on the stove. We'll get that all incorporated. Looks like this. I'm going to put it on medium-low heat and bring it just to a simmer. To our 7 egg yolks, we're going to add 1/2 a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, 1/2 a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm using vanilla paste. Add your pinch of salt and whisk it together. Now, I may have mentioned, I don't remember, but my oven is preheating at 325, and I've also started a kettle of boiling water on the stove. We're going to need that later. So there's our yolks and our spices. The key to this recipe is patience. If you take the cream off the stove before it's ready, your pot de creme will not set. You want to make sure it comes to a full simmer and coats the back of a spoon. Our milk mixture is simmering. Now I can't just pour it into the yolks because it will cook the yolks and then we'll have to start all over again. So we need to temper the yolks, which simply means raise the level of the temperature until it can all be even. So I'm just going to stream in a little of this mixture while I'm whisking. Now that I'm confident that I've raised the level of the temperature in the yolks, I can pour it right into the milk mixture. And now we're just going to pour this through a strainer because there will be some little bits of cooked egg. We want to make sure it's nice and smooth. And now we're going to pour our custard into individual ramekins. We put the ramekins in a baking dish. I'm using a roasting pan. And then you're going to pour in boiling water so that the level comes up to halfway up the ramekin. That's called a bain-marie. And you have to be careful when you do it. The way I do it is I put the baking dish on the rack in the oven, then I pour in the boiling water so that I'm not trying to move a pot of boiling water around because that's dangerous. Then we cover it tightly with aluminum foil and it's going to bake between 35 and 40 minutes. Our ramekins are out of the oven. They are set. You want to insert a knife into the middle, and if it comes out clean, they're done. Now we cool them on a wire rack until they're about room temperature, and then they go in the fridge covered for about 2 hours, and then we'll garnish them. Our pumpkin spice pot de creme is almost ready to serve. It's been chilling for 2 hours. We just want to give it a little garnish before it hits the table. So, a dollop of whipped cream, just a little sprinkle of cinnamon, and then top it off with a piece of crystallized ginger. Isn't that beautiful? And now the true test. Amazing is the only word for this dessert. And to save yourself some time, you can make it 2 to 3 days in advance. It's delicious. You're gonna love it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.